I guess after watching the tape last night, um, I thought for the most part, offensively, we were able to get behind him on some throws. It was some tough running, but Dalvin ran really hard. I thought our offensive line did a nice job yesterday. Cousins played outstanding. Defensively, I thought the first half we played really well, and then we didn't play very well in the second half. Um, Mostly my fault. We changed up some things, and um, we should have just kept doing what we were doing. But um, and then special teams, Greg missed the one extra point, but we did a nice job on a punts yesterday. He made the winning field goal, and then I think we did a decent job in other phases.
All right. Lindsay, followed by Joe.
Who?
Hi, Coach. Yeah, I know that some of it is obviously a product of need, but with Sheldon, I guess what about his skill set makes him able to be such a versatile player for you guys? And then what specifically did you like about his performance at defensive end yesterday?
Well, yeah, it was typically out of need. We're kind of thin at that position right now, trying to get some guys in there to play. But Sheldon did a good job learning what he had to do in a week. He's got a little different kind of rush. He's more of a, he's a bigger body guy that can get on these tackles a little bit bigger than some of these ends that we have. So, I thought he did some good things, and we'll probably have to keep using him there as well.
Mike, you started off 1-3. You had some injuries, COVID, different things. How did this team hold it together to get back up to 500 and get right back in the playoff race?
I guess, Joe, it's everybody knows it's a long season. It's a marathon. We just got to keep finding ways to keep getting better. And it seems like, I think I said this last night, but offensively, we started out fast, kind of struggled, and then, last few games we've been playing good on defense and then struggling here. So, we're just continue trying to put it together, but our guys our guys have a good attitude. They come to work every week and practice and, do a good job studying, paying attention, and I think character in the locker room is big. Dalvin is a tremendous leader, along with Anthony Barr, getting him back and playing. He's a great leader as well, and Patrick Peterson. So we just keep trying to get these guys healthy where we can all play together at once.
Chris, followed by Eric.
Yeah, Mike, you had a top-notch receiving duo previously with Thielen and Diggs. How do you compare this Thielen and Jefferson duo, and just how well are those guys playing off each other? And looks like they both could be bound for 1,000-yard seasons, Jefferson and Thielen.
Well, they're both good players. I think Kirk's doing a great job getting them the ball, but they're very competitive. They go up and get the football, extremely well. Some of the catches that Adam makes are outstanding, and the same thing with JJ. But they both love playing football, and I think that's a big attribute. So they do whatever they can to get open, and Kirk's been finding them.
Hey, Mike, kind of an off-the-wall question here. I know you gave a game ball yesterday to Dennis Ryan. I'm wondering why you did that and just what he means to the organization.
Yeah, well, Dennis, I think everybody in this building loves Dennis. He's a tireless worker. He told me this week when he found out he had COVID that he was going to be miss his first game in 45 years, and that he said, and darn, it has to be against the Packers. So he sent me a little more than that, but he texted me we should beat them. And anyway, I just thought it was appropriate for him. He goes out of his way for everybody in this building, the players, the coaches. He does everything in the building for everyone. So I just thought it'd be good.
Dave, followed by Matt.
Like Cousins said after the game yesterday he thought in some places he might have been a little too aggressive. It's just what was your overall takeaway from the film on his decisions?
I thought he made some great decisions. I mean, you know, some of the plays that, you know, they had a linebacker come through the A gap that he was under the center. He's able to get the ball out, you know, instead of taking a sack. It was a critical play in the game. You know, he might be talking about the one he threw to threw to Adam, and Adam broke it up, I think. But I want him to keep doing it like he's doing it. You know, he can't second guess himself. If he throws an interception, you know, that's life. But you know, you keep going for the juggler. It's going to open up a lot of other areas in the running game. You know, it's going to open up other players. So, you know, we just got to keep being that way.
Mike, when it comes to Justin, I think he's the third youngest player on the team still. What have you made of just the way that he has handled sort of his a quick ascension to stardom last year, then the pressure of year two when everyone's paying attention to him, and just how he's handled that at such a young age?
Well, he's very confident. You know, I don't think any of this stuff bothers him. He thinks he's a great player, and he is a great player. So, you know, he really doesn't have any prima donna in him, you know, as far as not working at practice or being late or anything like that. He just goes about his business, and you know, I think he just loves to go play and loves to practice. And I think he loves the limelight too. You know, I think he loves catching the ball and scoring touchdowns, and hopefully he can continue to do that.
Dawn,
Mike, that was basically my question, but Adam was saying what he loves most about Justin is his attitude, that if he gets frustrated, he doesn't show it. You know, so if you love the limelight and you're talented, sometimes the flip side of that is you get frustrated. What do you like most about his attitude and how he handles himself personally and his relationships?
Yeah, he's been frustrated before, you know, in some games, but he hasn't, you know, he hasn't thrown a tantrum or anything like that. You know, maybe that'll come. I don't see it, but you know, he's all about the team, and you know, that's an important attribute too.
Hey, Mike, just first and foremost, how's Dennis doing health-wise?
Good. I talked to him last night. He said he'll be back in the building Thursday or Friday, I think he said, but he said he's feeling fine.
Good. And did you have any other staff members affected by that?
Just the people that had to fill in for him. I mean, no one else tested positive, but these other guys have been, you know, we had, I think Adam was out for a week, and so, you know, guys are kind of moving around, trying to do extra people's duties. You know, kind of like when the coaches are out.
Yeah. And then just football related, with Sheldon Richardson moving to defensive end, I know he'd kind of done that before and moved around a bunch in his history. How easy was it for him to do that, and what did you think of his play?
I think he did a nice job. You know, things happen a little slower out there than inside a tackle, so, you know, I think moving out is a little bit easier than moving in. And but he did a good job. He, you know, got a lot of plays. He had a couple good rushes in there. So I don't know how many he played. I think he played 15 at end and like 15 at tackle or something last week. But I think, you know, we're just thin there. We're just, you know, on the defensive line, we're thin. We gotta just try to manufacture however we can.
Craig, followed by Courtney.
Hey, Coach, just curious as to what it does to a defense when you're able to pair Justin and Adam like on the same side of the formation and group them up. I think the long one to JJ, they were both on the same side and ran like 7 routes or whatever. But just what does that do for defense trying to break that down, understand that, and guard that?
Well, sometimes, I mean, you know, sometimes if they're both on the same side, they can overload the coverage to that side. If they don't, then, you know, you're going to get some kind of single to their. You know, if they are overloading the coverage, then, you know, you're going to see that there's 4 guys to the other side and, you know, 1 guy to the back side. But They played a lot of zone last night or yesterday. You know, they got into some late. They got into some man-to-man stuff. They rolled it Justin a couple times, but you know, they kind of played what they played.
Yeah, Mike, going off of that, why did they play so much like soft coverage on Jefferson? Like, what's kind of the rationale, do you think, behind, you know, giving him that much of a cushion?
Yeah, that's a question for them, not me. I don't know.
Time for two more with Eric and Joe.
Hey, Mike, at 5-5 right now, how much do you feel like the team needs to get above 500? I know you've been, you know, you were 1-3 and then 3-3 and then 3-5 and 5-5. Like, is getting above 500? Do you feel like that's a milestone you need to hit?
Well, it's this week, you know, so if we can get to 6-5, this would be a good deal. But you know, it's just we just got to keep winning games. You know, there's so many things that are happening in the NFL right now that you know, we just got to keep trying to win games. And San Francisco is a really good team. They've, you know, they're out offensively and defensively. They do a lot of unique things, and you know, so we got to go on the road. We got to play well. So you know, but. I mean, 6-5 isn't our goal. You know, we don't want to be 6-5. We want to be 12-5 if we can. But you know, I think it's important this week, and that if we can get another win, then we can hopefully stack a few together.
Mike, last week, Deion Sanders interrupted the news conference with a call talking about Jefferson today. Do you see a little Deion and Jefferson in the way they approach the game, or was Deion on a different level?
It's kind of hard to compare. You know, one guy's wearing a gold jacket, and one guy's in his second year. So, but they're both really good players. You know, Deion was a great player, studied hard, worked hard, did all that stuff. He liked the limelight more than Jefferson does, for sure. But yeah, both good guys, and they worked hard, and fortunate to have the opportunity to coach them both.